Hey, this is Chris for JamPlay.com, and you're watching another episode of Liepe's Licks. In the last episode, we did a very simple 4-note pattern with a dotted eighth delay synced to the backing track that you just heard. In this one, we're going to incorporate a lot more notes. And all the same things apply, where we really need to make sure that we're grooving with the track, that we're playing constant straight eighths so that the dotted eighth can manufacture that 16th note feel. We're also using a lot of palm muting. But we're going to use a familiar scale shape, but we're going to use it in kind of an unconventional way. So we've got an F sharp minor pentatonic shape. Everybody knows that shape. Now in A major, regular A major, F sharp minor is the relative minor of A major. But we're not in A major, we're in A Lydian. We can still play F sharp minor pentatonic and it works, but we're going to insert a note into this scale. Okay? This note, D sharp, is, in the context of F sharp minor, it's the natural sixth. So it actually sounds sort of Dorian if you play it. But played against an A chord, that D sharp is that Lydian fourth. So we're taking a minor looking shape, but we're really playing it in the context of A. So kind of cool. This shape can really go a long way if you know how to apply it over different chords. And again, we're inserting this note across both octaves. If some of the things I said went way over your head, it's okay. You can still learn the lick, just put in the note. And if you really want to get more into modal discussions and figuring out how to apply modes, although this is a good way to start right here, check out JamPlay.com. We've got hundreds of lessons on modes. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by playing the very beginning of this scale, palm muted, straight eighths. We're going to do it without the delay for a minute. First 4 notes, we're going to do that over and over again. Make sure we can get it synced to the track without delay. Cool sound already. Move to the next string on the scale. There's that sharp 4. Next 4 notes. So what I'm doing is I'm practicing keeping time in straight eighths, practicing the palm muting, making sure that I've got that I'm attacking the notes the way I want to in the context, which is really going to change somewhat when you start playing with the delay anyway, but it's nice to get that kind of under your belt a little bit. Now, one thing that I have trouble with when I'm doing things like this, because I want to keep the notes subtle and palm muted, it's a lot harder to palm mute your higher strings while you're kind of ascending some of these lines. So I like to practice palm muting up to the G string, and then the higher strings, usually I don't worry about palm muting those. I'll do something different. And you saw me in the demo, I'm actually using this harmonic, which, if your guitar is perfectly in tune, that's that sharp 4. That's that Lydian fourth. So kind of cool and convenient that that harmonic happens. Well, and the note happens to be right there as well, but that's nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the scale without the delay again to the track, but I'm going to go all the way up the scale. And you can see some of those notes on the top of the scale. I didn't get them palm muted, but we're not really using them anyway. You just want to familiarize yourself with the positioning. Now we're going to add the delay. and we're going to start by just playing 2 notes. If you did the last lesson and you got this 4-note idea down, then this will be fairly simple for you. But you really got to get in the groove. I can't stress that enough when you're doing dotted eighth stuff like this. It's so easy to make it sound slightly off or not groove. 2 notes. Palm muted. Let it sink in. 4 notes. Take a minute to get into the groove. Started to get off a little bit towards the end there, but it's kind of cool because you don't necessarily have to play a specific thing. You just need to get in the groove and kind of walk around the scale, explore the scale. There's so much to explore there in terms of how you accent notes and how you phrase things or position your hand, or rock back and forth between 2 different notes. There's so many things you can do within this little kind of confined space with this delay and this scale box. So I really encourage you to experiment, even if you do learn exactly what I'm doing or what I played at the beginning. Experiment with it and go crazy with it. So what I do, at least in this particular example, most of the time I don't have a set thing. It's just kind of a texture idea within a song or a lead context. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out by playing those first 4 notes. Then I'm going to walk up. I'm going to do this a couple times. So you're going from that sharp 4. And then you're going to go up here. When I hit this string, instead of palm muting, I'm going to use it as percussive, a percussive kind of thing. And then every once in a while I'm going to let that harmonic ring out more. Again, that's that sharp 4 sound. That's what I'm doing. And then with the delay, really, really a cool sound. So we start here. And then we go all the way up the scale. And this last little section is just a way to kind of end that. You always want to be thinking about it when you're doing these palm muted textural kind of sounds. How are you going to get out of it? If you're going to, maybe you're not, maybe you're just going to cut and go to a completely different patch, but it's kind of cool to give away at the end of some of these phrases, oh yeah, we have this ridiculous delay on there, and do some melodic stuff at the end. So what I'm doing there is I'm just going slide, let the delay really carry you there. 17th fret, 9, and then I'm ending on that sharp 4 just to really drive it home. So I'm going to let the track roll, and I'm just going to improvise around this box a little bit more. And you can learn again exactly what I did in the very beginning, or you can just take this as a guide and a way to apply a scale that's a little bit played in a little bit of an unconventional way, both in terms of technique, effects, and theory. Thanks for watching another episode of Liepe's Licks. We'll see you for another one real soon.